Hi guys, it's George. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can probably see in today's video, I will be doing a Halloween makeup tutorial for this devil/demon look. I got this idea from various different videos on YouTube, but also I just did a quick Google search. This is sort of an amalgamation of the results that came up. I would love it if you gave this a go yourself this year for Halloween. If you do, please do let me know in the comments below and tag me in your post on Instagram at George. And also, before I continue, please do like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment below, let me know what you thought, and also subscribe to my channel because we are at 1,600 and it would be great to reach 2,000 by the end of the year. And I think that's everything, so let's get started. You will need horn prosthetics, face and body wax, spirit gum, paint brushes, a sponge, water-based face paint in white, red and black, a pencil, a teaspoon which I will use as a spatula, and all of these items listed in the description box below. Now the first step is to wipe the area that you are going to apply the horns. This is to get rid of any excess oil. Then using the horns, mark around using a pencil where you would like these to be placed. Now it might be better to use a makeup pencil, but I didn't have one of these to hand and the pencil worked well for me. Next, using the face and body wax, you want to warm this up in your hands and roll it into a little sausage. You will then use this to outline the marked area. Using the end of the spoon, you want to smooth out the wax in order to create a smooth transition into the rest of your skin. Continue to outline the marked area, however I did stop towards the top of my forehead as this will be covered by the horn. Repeat these steps to replicate this wax onto the other side of your forehead. Then using the spirit gum you can secure the horns into place. It helps if you allow the spirit gum to go a little bit tacky before you press the horn in. Again, replicate these steps for the other side of your forehead. Use the end of the spoon to fix any areas that might have cracked as you placed in the horns. It is then time to cover your face in red paint, so using the sponge and the red face paint you need to dab the sponge to your face and neck. It's important that you dab and don't swipe as it gives far better coverage. Continue this up onto your ears and then down your neck. Remembering to avoid your eyes as we will be painting this black soon. Using a small paintbrush and the red paint, cover any areas around the horns where you can still see the skin colour from the wax. Clean your brush and then using the black paint you need to draw an outline around your eyes. Next, fill in the area with black paint. Go back around the edge with red paint to tidy up. Then, using a bigger dry brush, you need to buff out the lines to create a smoother transition. So there you have one eye done. Now repeat these steps for the other eye. Then use a very thin paintbrush and black paint to draw detail above the eyes. This took me a few attempts to get completely symmetrical, so if you do make a mistake you can just go over it with red paint and try again. Again, using a small paintbrush, buff out these lines to fade into the top of your forehead. Add small white lines just beneath for highlight. Use a dry brush to fade these out and make them appear more natural. Draw a further line above the creases just made in the centre of the forehead. Again, fade this out and clean up any mistakes with red paint. Now add black details to the nose. This is just to create a little bit of contour, and then after this we will fade into the face. Now we want to add some detail to the mouth, so first of all use a small thin paintbrush and black paint into the cupid's bow and above the top lip. And then one long black line for where we want the new bottom lip to be. Outline and accentuate your cheekbone to make it appear you are constantly smiling. From the end of these lines, you want to draw this down to the bottom of your mouth. And then extend your bottom lip line to meet these in the corner. Use a relatively dry brush and a little bit of red paint to fade all of these lines around the mouth. Add a thicker line of black to the cheek lines for more depth. Then from the corners of your mouth, add a thin line to meet back in the corner again. Paint the inside of your bottom lip black to continue the line of the big smile. Go back over these lines with a dry paintbrush so that they don't look quite so harsh. Again, but now for the bottom jawline, you want to add more black to create depth. Here I also decided to add a little bit of shadow underneath my left part of my mouth just to make it look a bit more realistic. Then add shadow to the left side of your forehead, and using some white paint add some highlights to your cheeks. Fade this in, but be careful because if you do work it into your skin too much then it will start to appear pink. Then add some dark crease lines beneath your eyes, fade these in, and then again add some highlight in between. Here I decided to add more highlights to the rest of my face. Unfortunately some of this was caught off of camera, but here you can see the areas that you need to apply it to. Now to incorporate your face paint into the rest of your head, add a downward point at the top and in the middle of your forehead. You can then begin to fill this in, and then continuing that you need to follow the lines around the rest of your horns and then down into your temple. I actually then went back and extended this ever so slightly to go further down my head. Using a thicker brush and black paint, you need to bring this paint back into your hairline. Using a finger or dry brush, blend the lines slightly to appear more realistic. Here I went back over some of the highlights just to blend them in a bit more. And then the final step of this Halloween demon inspired makeup, all you need to do is add some cracks around the horns. This really helps to blend in the horns with the rest of your face and makes it all appear a bit more realistic. I really liked how this came out. You need to use a very thin paintbrush, black paint with lots of water, and follow the cracks left behind from the wax, as this really makes it look realistic and as though the cracks are left behind from the horns pushing through your skin. That is everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do remember to give it a like, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought, and also if you have any recommendations or improvements that I can make for my channel, I would really appreciate it. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you recreate this look, don't forget to tag me on Instagram at George Lawrence. I think that's everything. Thank you again, and I will see you in next week's video. Take it off. Look at that forehead.